What color is that?
Purple.
Looks kind of blue. I'm colorblind, so this could either be yellow or green. I honestly have no idea.
So wait, does that light look green to y'all?
Honestly, it kind of just looks white. Like a white light.
Huh.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are still in lockdown, unfortunately, but today I'm letting the cars warm up because we're going to be moving the black car over to the shop from the office, and we're going to be working on it, putting some brakes, some other stuff. I'll show you once we get it moved over, though.
Hey, I'm working it. Come on. What's on this? Huh? Get out of here, girl.
How's your morning going?
Pretty good.
All right.
I made more coffee.
I went and washed both of these cars the other day, and after I washed them, we were pretty much at a stopping point working on both of the cars. I took them both and I put them over here in the office and left them over here as kind of like showpieces, so they haven't been moved out since.
There's no way that hears you. Huh? There's no way that can hear you with this running.
Hopefully. Look at the track marks on those Russia blade R's. That is sick. Lunch, son.
My man.
Hey, do a rap for these gentlemen next door watching.
Hey, does the two steps still work?
God damn, this place is filled. We got the wheels off of the car now, and as you guys remember, or may not remember, we got these Viking front coilovers here in the car, which we got about the exact same time that we got the Baer Brakes that we were planning on putting in the car, which are these lightweight, really nice drag brakes. And if you notice, they are actually a completely different color scheme. They're actually purple, and that is the route that I think we're going to go with the car. We're actually going to be kind of changing up quite a bit on the car coming up pretty soon. We're going to a different engine setup, different blower setup, different brakes, possibly thinking about wrapping the entire car a different color. This is going to be pretty much phase one of that conversion and that process. So today we're going to be getting these brakes installed on the car. But first, I do want to give a huge thanks to Baer Brakes. Thank you guys so much for sending these over. If you guys want to go check out Baer Brakes for your cars, they make fantastic lightweight drag brakes and even street brakes. You can go check them out in the link in the description, or go to BaerBrakes.com. I think it's their website. I don't know. Dane will put it right here. Anyways, yeah, go check them out. They're really, really good stuff. Now, for the people that have been around for quite a while, you may remember inside of here in the rear, we had to do quite a bit of little tapping into the brake lines, and I ended up running my own custom brake lines all the way up through this car. Well, today we're going to be ripping every single bit of that out, because if you remember, we did that whenever we were installing the hydro, but I'm actually going to be taking the hydro out as well. The reason I'm going to be taking the hydro out is because about a year and a half ago, I was at a Cletus and Cars event, and I was having trouble launching this car, and I was talking with Garrett after the event, and he was like, hey dude, if you want to give something that maybe will work for you, try out getting a hydro in there and using it to launch. It really didn't help that much, but what I did after that was get a two-step put on, and the two-step has changed my entire life as far as launching this car goes. We went from pulling 170, 160, 60 foots, and now that we've got the two-step on and everything in the suspension, we've been able to get low 140s, so that's really, really nice, especially in a stick car, so not too bad. Something else that I want to do, oh my god, dog, I didn't even see that you put one of the damn Hellhorse stickers behind the seat. When did you do that?
It's been there since like whenever we first got them.
Are you serious? In the back there also, it's a little bit hard to see because of the cage. If you look back there, there's a lot of exposed like fuel system wiring and things like that. It also just has like a lot of exposed metal. And I really want to get this car back to being very, very nice and very quality again. So we're going to be putting a rear seat delete back there too, which I went and ordered last night. Once we get the rear seat delete in, it'll be able to just show the cage and it'll look real nice and neat. You guys will see in a little bit later, but this is pretty much this entire video is just to explain to you guys what we're going to be doing in the car, what the plans are for it, and obviously executing on a few of those today with the brakes, removing the hydro, and getting prepped for everything that is coming for the car. So one thing that I will say is that these wheels are not going to go anywhere though. These bead locks and these full slicks, really like that setup. They're not going to go anywhere. Front runners are not going to go anywhere. But we've even been debating on changing up the headlights, bumper, like all kinds of stuff on the car. I'm not exactly sure what route we're going to go with it, but I just really want to see a different color scheme. I really want to see some different stuff going on the car rather than the same old stuff that's been going on forever now. I've also got a new exhaust to put on here because if you guys remember quite a while back, whenever we blew the motor up in this car when we were racing Demonology, I had this loud clack and it just kind of the entire engine let go. But after that, So they sent me some new ones. We're not gonna be doing that in today's video, but they sent me some new ones over there. We're gonna be replacing the axle backs on here. And they told me that they needed a video proving that I destroyed them. So if you guys haven't tuned into my second channel, you can click up above right now and go check it out. But I'm pretty sure that we're gonna find something pretty creative to do with the exhaust off of this car, being that we can't sell it, we can't give it away to one of the fans or anything. They do want it to be field destroyed for them to send replacements for the being broken, which is typical practice, so nothing crazy there. Anyways though, like I said, we're gonna get these stock brakes pulled off. After that, we got a lot of brake line to pull out. Might as well honestly just drain all of our brake master cylinder because we're gonna have to fill it up quite a bit. I guess let's dive in. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started yanking off this stock Brembo caliper off front. Also, we're gonna yank off this rotor. We're gonna replace the rotor and caliper, obviously, with our new Baer stuff right here. Let's go ahead and get it unboxed and I'll show you guys. So, key differences between these is that these are actually two-piece rotors rather than one-piece rotors. And basically what that means is this intersection here unbolts and you can replace the outer section, which is really nice, but also it helps with dissipating heat because it's not all one complete piece of metal, which is nice. Something else to note about these, let me flip it so that way we can show you. You can see how much drastically smaller these brakes are. Oh, hola, what y'all doing? Oh, you're running. Oh, you ran here. Wow, I bought a treadmill yesterday. So I kind of know what that is.
Look, I can't stand.
You bought a treadmill?
Treadmills.
Figured if we're gonna be quarantined in here and we can't leave.
Get this thing.
Facebook Marketplace, dude.
Yeah,
Just look at everything.
Did you disinfect it?
No, I hadn't touched it yet. You're the first person to touch it. Nice.
I'll be back.
Are you gonna disinfect it for me? All right, cool. Anyways, so this rotor is a lot smaller than this factory Brembo rotor, and the reason why is because this is cutting down on a whole lot of rotational mass, which is very, very handy. Funny enough, rotational weight is actually the best thing to pull off because rotational weight has a bigger effect on how fast the car is than actual weight on the car. So much so that 1/10 of rotational weight that you take out is equivalent to the same amount of, I don't know what you would call that. If you, static weight, yeah. So like, for instance, the K member up front of this car, you see how this has got a tubular K member now from BMR. I'm not even sure at all what this is saving weight. So I'm just throwing this number out there as an example. Let's say it cuts 50 pounds off the front of the car. If we wanted to make that same change in technically like how quick the car is, you would only have to cut down 5 pounds of rotational weight, which is a huge deal. And we're cutting down quite a bit today, especially being that all 4 corners are being cut rotational weight, which is really nice. One thing I can definitely say is that this rotor, I already know from picking it up, is at least a good 10 pounds lighter than this rotor here, and that's a huge deal, especially whenever you're talking about all 4 corners. So the car should definitely pick up a little bit more. Also, even though this isn't really rotational, but this caliper is extremely heavy compared to our new Baer caliper here, which is like, it's almost hilarious how light it is. It's pretty cool. Baer definitely has it down whenever it comes to engineering, and it's really gorgeous. You see that these are these nice billet calipers that have been coated in this purple color, and what I was referring to earlier, this is that purple color that I wanted to start using as an accent color on this car. I'm not sure what primary color that we're going to use on it, but purple is definitely going to be the secondary because I just really grown a liking for the purple. To get these calipers off, we've got 2 bolts holding it on. One up here at the top. Huge thanks once again to SK Tools, providing the best tools for working on this fine automobile on this fine Monday morning. Oh my God, dude. I forgot how heavy these front rotors are. That caliper is also extremely heavy. Holy cow. Dude, why don't we have a scale here? I wish we had a scale so we could weigh the difference between this rotor and that rotor, this caliper and that caliper. Reinstallation is pretty simple. Take our brake line off of this caliper, put it to this caliper, slide it in place, bolt the caliper down. Pretty straightforward. We've got these black protective caps to keep any junk out of there, so we'll set those aside now. Get our new banjo bolt out of here, and we've got our little washers here that we got to get out. There we go. And these are going to slide on here. Guys, make sure anytime that you're working on brakes, make sure you've got one washer on the head of the banjo bolt, and you're going to put it through your brake line fitting, which I'll show you in a minute, and then you got to put another washer and then thread it into your caliper and smush it down. So now we can scoot our drain pan under here. This is going to be the test of the new GoPro. We got some low light in here, but I don't want to put a light under here. I want to see how the GoPro does. So anyways, though, we've got this hydraulic line, our brake line on the top of the caliper here. We're going to take our 13 and loosen that up. And now that we got it loose, you can probably see we've got some brake fluid coming out of there now. So I'm gonna go ahead and back it all the way off and get that line. And now here is our old banjo bolt. What makes a banjo bolt, by the way, guys, if you're not familiar with that term. So this bolt actually is hollow. Right here at the top of the bolt is one fluid passage that goes through the bolt and comes out right here. And essentially what that allows you to do is bolt this into the side of a caliper, and the brake line can shove fluid in here and out there to go into the caliper to expand the piston and compress adjust the brakes. So that's how that works. That's how hydraulic brakes work. Quick little info for you. Sucks because I actually just did brakes on this car not long ago. So these Brembo brake pads and Brembo rotors are pretty much brand new. They've maybe got 500 miles on them. All right, so now that we've got everything off and out of the way, we can take our beautiful new Baer caliper here, slide it on gently so that we don't mess up any of that beautiful powder coating. And I've got our new mounting hardware here, so I can go ahead and mount it to our knuckle. And now take our new banjo bolt here with our new hardware and everything, and I'll figure out an orientation I want this to be in. Probably do it something like that maybe. And now I'm just gonna thread our brake line onto the new caliper here. And now I'm gonna tighten that up in the back. Not too tight, just snug. Don't forget it's a hydraulic line. You don't have to have it tight as hell. And now I just tightened up our mount bolts. So that is a fully assembled Baer brake. We're gonna go ahead and start yanking out all of our brake lines going back to the back here. Like I said, there's a bunch of custom stainless line and fittings. They're a big complication. It doesn't even really matter how I did it. If you guys want to check it out, you can go way back and watch that video of whenever we first did it. Doesn't really matter though at this point. But all that really does matter is that I'm gonna take this line here, and this is the one going directly into the caliper. I'm gonna cut it back about here just so we have a little bit more slack to play with. Route it around here, maybe behind this ABS wire, just so we get it out of the way, and make sure that's not gonna hit anything in rotation, you know, that kind of stuff. And then we're gonna cut into this, splice it right up here into our little hard line here. So it's gonna come out from the hard line and go straight to the caliper now, instead of going out from the hard line up to the hydro, through a T, coming out of the hydro, back to a T, coming back to each caliper, if that makes sense. So we're just simplifying it up a lot. I'm gonna go inside the car real quick and get started yanking out all the hydro stuff. So let me get all this out of the way. I feel like I've done this like 100 times in this car, which honestly in reality is because I have done this like 100 times in this car. I actually went ahead and ordered a whole new shifter boot and everything, so I can get all this out of the way too. And I got a new shift knob, so I can get this one out because I don't really like this one that much anymore. We kind of beat it up and banged it up over the years. Before I can get our entire top center console piece here out, which is what I do have to do, we've got some, I believe, 7mm up here. So I'm gonna go grab a little wrench real quick and get those 4 moved out of the way. These SK boxes even have nice little screw holders built into them. Grab the whole pack of sockets and the ratchet and everything, and you've got every size that you need with the 1/4" drive ratchet, and you've got a little space to hold the screws. Now that we got all the bolts out, I should be able to just pop this up and out. Come on, little thing, work with me. So now we can pull our hydro, work it out, and there we go. I was really upset whenever we first did this hydro. Main reason why, this is the best place for the hydro in this car, I will say. It works out really well, but the only thing that I was upset about is that I lost cup holders in the midst of doing that. I also lost pretty much all of my nice console because I had to cut it all up, which ended up not being that big of a deal because later on we ended up cutting it out over here anyways to be able to fit the parachute handle in, which this is gonna stay. This car is gonna get a lot faster. I do wanna have the parachute in here. Might not need it at this very particular second, but it is nice just to have. So got all the bolts out of our bracket, and so it is loose now. As you see, it will come off. Just got to get these 2 lines off and out of the way now.
Big mess.
Is that Darnell?
Yeah.
Oh, Darnell.
Man, I see y'all dripping all kinds of fluids all over the place.
Yeah, we're dripping. Oh yeah, here she comes. Bam, look at that. Big waste of time.
Wow. That wasn't a waste of time. Did you learn from it?
Yeah.
As long as as long as you get something, it's not a waste.
Brake fluid all over me right now.
Why are you underneath all the brake fluid?
Because I gotta get underneath here, Daniel.
Once our new console comes in, it'll look really nice, but for now I'm just gonna throw all this back in how it has been. It's so weird now. Check it out. Pretty soon I'll have cup holders here again, no hole here. I'll have a full nice shift boot with a new shift knob, so it should all look really nice in here once we get everything organized.
Wait, you're gonna have cup holders again?
Yep.
So you can actually fit your supersonic Route 44 ocean waters in there whenever you go run a 8-second pass?
Yep. So the entire center console section of this car should look brand new and like OEM again, which is going to be really nice, honestly, because this car looks like a rat's nest. I think we're just, with the new version of this car, we're trying to really make it a lot more concise and nice looking, I guess. Appealing, visually appealing. Holy cow, son, that's a lot of brake fluid everywhere. SK, Doug is upset because his new shirt got covered in brake fluid. So here is our conglomeration of lines that we're running up to the hydro and back from the hydro. And as you guys see, this is why we're pulling all this crap out. This is a lot of extra unnecessary stuff, which I thought was going to work and be handy, but it ended up turning out to pretty much be useless for me. So got it all pulled out. Well, we got everything finished up and we were getting ready to put the brakes back. Well, not the brakes, sorry, the wheels back on after the brakes. But here's the problem. I don't know why, but it seems that our caliper is not clearing our wheels. Our wheels are not clearing our caliper at least. I'm not sure why that is.
Probably because it's a 4-piston, and you see how this single piston, all the meat's on this side? With the 4-piston, 2 of them are transferred here, so you have more meat on the outside here, so that's why it's probably not going to clear.
I wonder why Baer would have.
I mean, they don't have these on stock to check, so
yeah,
it's not like it's on them. It's up to your discretion to make wheels fit. You're gonna have to run a spacer, like a 5 or an 8 wheel spacer, more than likely.
Well, we got some little quick fix at least for now. Might be able to actually stay running them, but we've got these little spacers right here. These are what, 5 mil, 10 mil, quarter inch? 8 mil. I got you. Anyways, now that we got those on the back, see if we can fit our wheel back. And now the reason why it doesn't matter, I don't recommend running these for normal people in pretty much any circumstance, but in our case, we've got these nice ARP extended studs. Shouldn't have any problems. Set it up in place and see. Oh, nice. With the spacer, we got a spinning center cap. We got spinners on this thing now. Yeah, I told you all we were going for aesthetically pleasing. Y'all didn't know we were coming back with the spinners. Now Houston music and lean appears on the screen. So as you guys see, now we've got plenty of clearance between our brake caliper and the back of the wheel here. No more scraping. Hola, what do you think about the new brakes?
What color is that?
Purple.
Looks kind of blue. I'm colorblind, so.
Are you really?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
You know the little numbers test where they're like green and red dots and there's numbers in them and stuff?
Nope.
Have you ever had
Yeah.
to take that?
Yes,
I-
all the time.
I can't see them.
Yeah, me neither. This could either be yellow or green. I honestly have no idea.
You're colorblind for reds, huh? You thought your red car looked like that.
No, you can still see
Like, when they're
color,
next
but
to
it's
each
like
other?
it's hard to tell between certain things. So like that's purple, but that could either be blue or purple / navy, like somewhere in that.
What?
Like the Camaro is like obviously orange, but like the Mexico Racing League sign, for instance, right there, the red and the green look very similar colors to me right now. I honestly thought that entire thing was green.
Nuh-uh.
Until I realized that it's the Mexican flag.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
So wait, does that light look green to y'all?
Honestly, it kind of just looks white, like a white light.
Huh. Interesting. All right, guys, now that we've got the brakes on, we've got the wheels and everything bolted back up. It is raining, unfortunately, so gotta be real careful, but we're gonna take this thing for a drive real quick just to make sure that everything is working right. What perfect conditions for a test drive to test out my new brakes on my full slicks and skinnies. Let's do a quick little test right here to make sure they work. And nope, got a little bit of pressure, but it's definitely still gonna need to be bled a little bit. Oh. Yeah, I mean, they're stopping fine, honestly. You can tell that there's a little bit of air still left in it. We just gotta bleed that out, but that's it. Yeah, so the special, yeah, that's what I was about to say. So the thing about these brakes is different is that these brakes are a little bit specialized. They are specifically, again, for drag racing. So like Doug said, they do have a very strong clamping force, and they require like a bed-in process, which is pretty interesting. And to bed these in, you've got to drive on them for normal conditions for around about a week. So I'm gonna have to actually put some miles on this car. Dang. So yeah, I think once we get the rest of that air out, we'll probably be perfect and just do a little bit more break-in mileage stuff on the brakes to get them bedded in proper, and that's pretty much it. So the next thing up that we're about to work on, so over here in this box, we've got a battery relocation kit from Watson Racing. I know you guys probably remember this from a long time ago. All these parts have been here for a while. Like I said, I just haven't gotten around to getting them installed till now, but we're gonna relocate our battery from under the hood to the trunk area just to get a little bit more weight transfer for drag racing purposes, you know. It's a pretty nice little kit too. Essentially what this does, this tray is gonna mount right back here in this area. Battery is going to sit here instead of up under the hood. So this power wire here under the hood is what goes onto the battery terminal currently. This wire is what provides power to the ECU, the starter, all that good stuff. So we're going to take this wire, and where this end is, the terminal that normally connects to the battery actually has this nice little bracket. It's going to bolt down in place. And then there is this nice little terminal here that you put on and slide the terminal onto, and it connects to this very long power cable. So basically that's just going to extend the cable right here that goes onto the battery. And once we hook it up to that positive cable, we'll route it all the way back to the trunk and hook it up to the battery, and it'll basically be the exact same thing. Again, just relocated. So, and this ground just goes from the battery back there straight to ground. So well, there we go. That is a wrap for our battery relocation install. If you notice here, now we've got the battery down, got a nice bus box on the left right there that is fused just for extra safety. Oops, really nice mount, honestly. I'm really impressed with that. And as you guys see, it cleaned up a lot back here as well, which is going to be cool because once we get our seat delete in, all of that will be covered up where the seats used to be. That is now just showing bare metal and everything like that. And like I said, it's especially cool up here because now everything
looks just like stock again, except for the fact that that battery is no longer under that cover. It's now relocated to the back, which will definitely help with that weight distribution. And as you guys see, we did manage to get the brakes installed from Baer. I want to say, Baer, thank you so much once again for sending these brakes over. Guys, if you want to check out Baer Brakes, make sure you go to the link in the description. They are fantastic. So far, I haven't had a lot of experience with them. Obviously, we just kind of took it around the block, but they definitely seem to be very nice. I think we need to get some more bleeding done on them just to get some more air that's probably remaining in there out of them. But after that, I think they're going to be perfect, which I'm excited about. It's going to be really cool. Definitely shaved off a lot of weight for sure. I know this wasn't anything huge, but I just wanted to give you guys an update on the fact that we were going to pull the hydro out. We were getting a new center console. We were going to get a rear seat delete to clean up that whole rear seat area. Needed to get the brakes put on, and I needed to get that battery relocation kit put on, because that is just stuff that I unfortunately have had to put off for the last few months because we haven't really had the best of luck with this thing. But hopefully we're going in the positive direction, right? Yeah, hopefully. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. As you guys know, by the time that you're seeing this, the giveaway for the GT500 has officially ended. I want to say thank you guys all for getting entered in to win this thing within the next few days, or I think it might be close to a week, something like that. We will be able to call you guys and let you know who won. That is seriously going to be so exciting. But I'm not sure exactly yet how we're going to get the car to whichever one of you guys wins because of the whole coronavirus stuff. We've kind of had our borders shut down here. So I don't know if shipping companies, if I can call a shipping company maybe and see if we can get the car shipped via a company that's still open, and maybe they'll let the shippers travel past borders. I really don't know. We're gonna get this car to you, whoever wins. Trust me, take my word for it. I promise, guys, we are in the works of getting everything coming in for this truck. We have a few parts remaining on the truck until we can get it running and driving. As dumb as it sounds, the last few things that we're waiting on are just about the most minor things, like seat brackets, things like that. But we obviously can't drive the truck without seat brackets, so it's just small stuff like that that we're waiting on to get wrapped up with the truck, and then we're hopefully going to be able to do an NA running and driving street tune. Once we get that done, got some surprises for you guys, so stay tuned. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Drop a like on this video, comment down below, subscribe if you have not already. Go check out my second channel up above right there. We just uploaded a new video. You guys will really like it. It's pretty funny. We got the 2020 Duramax stuck to the frame. It's pretty crazy, but anyways, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.